live thing. CS.
Hello. You can? Welcome to First Stop in Parma on State Road. We are the We Like Sports podcast, and it's a beautiful, sunny Sunday afternoon. The Cleveland Browns. Oh, man, this is going to be fun, boys. This is going to be fun.
Where do you see the sun?
Football. Sun's out, guns out. Don't you know? I got my We Like Sports podcast shirt.
How are you burnt in the chesticle area?
I'm just,
Your
naturally
perfect
gifted.
for that moment. Like, you have no tan anywhere else, but right here is red. What did you do?
Well,
he was
did
too
chin
close
up.
to the grill.
He did
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just naturally always tan here.
Did you manscape just like up there?
No,
That's it?
no. Chest hair. See? Sorry, dog.
Oh, man. Wow. All right. So we're live at First Stop.
We are.
Back again.
We're live at First Stop. It's a beautiful day.
You said sunny, but
we don't know
that's
what's going to
wrong.
happen with Daddy DeWine, what he's going to be doing. So this might be our last time coming from here live from First Stop. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything will stay normal and we can keep on doing this on Sundays. But hey, I'm excited. It's Browns football, and we got an interesting one. I mean,
Well, let's catch everybody up with the recap of the Browns last week.
2 weeks ago.
No, last week. Nothing happened. That's it. That's the recap.
Oh my God.
Baker Mayfield supposedly almost had COVID.
Yeah,
Almost.
there was
Under
one.
COVID,
yeah.
with Baker Mayfield under COVID protocol as of this morning. Chubb is back.
Yeah, Chubb's back.
Wyatt Teller's back.
Slight injury.
Garrett is doing better.
It was weird last week, though, just having a bye week.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I always hate the bye week. The bye week is always usually, one of the most depressing days of the year. It's kind of like, that day in February where it's the shortest day of the year.
Groundhog Day?
No. Is it Groundhog Day?
No.
No, but you know how there's that, what do they call it? The winter solstice or something like that?
Yes.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that's always like one of the worst days of the year.
Yeah, it's the highest peak for depression and all that too. Yeah, it's because the sun's the lowest. We're the furthest point away from the sun at that point, so it's the lowest, shortest day of the year. It's less than I think 6 hours of daylight that day.
Also, too, with, the last time we did a show, it feels like it was, daylight savings time. Like, we didn't set the clocks back yet.
Yeah, no, it was weird. We woke up, we had to wake up, what was it, a little extra early. No, actually, we got an extra hour
later.
of sleep.
Extra
We slept
later.
in. But, yeah.
I've been waking up at, 7, 6 o'clock in the morning because the sun's out. My guns aren't out yet, though.
Yeah,
at
well,
that time.
my guns are always out no matter the weather.
But,
Peyton, so you won a tournament this weekend, I understand.
well, I didn't win a tournament. We played 3 games, lost all 3.
They tried.
So you played in a tournament this
Yes,
weekend?
I did. We had a jolly good time. It's probably the last one from softball for the rest of the year. We had a couple of adult beverages. Tournament started at 9. I started at 9.
You were home by 1 because you lost 3 straight games.
I was feeling good by 1, too. I was feeling good by 1.
That was a good dig really quick. He's like, yeah, and you're already home by 1. You got a nap and got to get ready to go out for the evening.
But I didn't. I just watched The Office all night.
Oh, I
Sounds
know.
like an exciting life to be of a sportscaster, bud.
Yeah, I never thought that it would be this way.
Single. You know what? Now I understand why you watch The Office. That's where your comical genius comes from. Well, not really genius. That's where your comedy comes from. And I see why it's so bland and half the people can't even stand it. But that's
right
The
now
Office
sitting
for you.
So, who are you in The Office? What character are you? And why don't you like The Office? Just
I've tried it a couple times and it's just.
I did
it's-
too, but I started at
it's just-
season 2.
yeah.
And then
Not
I
very
started
good.
watching.
I've just seen random episodes here and there.
Oh, see, that's not a fair assessment. Then.
Well, I saw the first season, and then I've just seen random episodes here and there, and there are funny parts. It's just too much for me. I don't know.
Like
it's just not that good.
here's the comedy though. And one of the episodes, season 2, was Jim. I feel like I'd be a Jim though. I'm looking for my Pam. So if anybody's looking for
You are looking. You put the. Can I make a comment that's inappropriate or like?
Yeah, go for it.
You put the pussy on the pedestal. You put the pussy on the pedestal way too much, buddy. I love you to death, but some girl's gonna touch your pee-pee just right once, and you're gonna marry her just for that reason. Stop that. Am I right?
Yeah, you would think he would have already mastered touching his pee-pee himself, but
No guy masters that.
But anyway,
that's the art of perfection right there.
So,
but no. Anyways, though, the type of humor though, with Jim,
Sorry.
he was on their booze cruise, and the girl he had with, it was No, it was something that made me laugh because that would be literally my type of humor. So it was like Pam and her fiance were together, and like Jim's girlfriend was asking if they think that could be us, and just straight up doesn't even hesitate. He's like, "No, I want to break up." Now back to sports.
So what show would you like? What would you watch?
Oh, I watched The Real Bros of Simi Valley, bro. We're straight up having a
Dude,
good
I'm
time
on
over
season
here.
3.
Straight up having a good time.
What's on? Dude, that
All right.
show is
So now that we can now we can focus on our own show. How about we do that and stop talking about some other shows?
You're the
so,
one that plugged it.
With the tip-off, I didn't talk about The Office, okay?
Go on.
Talking about the weather, since, it's beautiful and sunny. It's not. It's cold. It's miserable. It's windy. Now, we saw 2 weeks ago with the Oakland Raiders coming into town, Kevin Stefanski did not have a very good game plan dealing with the weather conditions in Northeast Ohio. Sometimes as a coach, you got to learn from your mistakes, and there's times when you make a mistake, you don't get a chance to learn from it for over a year, maybe 2 years down the road. Kevin Stefanski is getting a chance to go right back into where he failed and get a chance to correct things. He's getting Nick Chubb back. He's getting Wyatt Teller back, which means he has a better chance to run the ball in a very heavy-winded game where John Gruden,
65.
Exactly. John Gruden seemed to really outcoach Stefanski 2 weeks ago, and this is Kevin Stefanski's chance to actually, learn from his mistakes. He's getting a chance right away.
And he's also,
sometimes rookie coaches don't get these chances
off.
again.
And he got a week off.
Yes.
And he's also another warm weather team. You're playing Houston, which is predominantly this time of year, like 70, 80s.
Oakland
Houston
is starting to trend, though. If you look, they won
Oakland,
again last week. So we might have been like a trampoline for them.
Yeah.
We're bouncing them up, which is, you know what?
I mean, the team also beat the Chiefs, too, to be
Yeah,
fair.
they are
So-
a good team. They're a good team. They're well coached.
Good point.
And you know what? They were just tougher than the Browns 2 weeks ago. I'm interested to see how Kevin Stefanski really adjusts things while getting Wyatt Teller back, getting Nick Chubb back. You have a really good chance to run the ball all game long. You have a depleted Houston Texans defense that's been battling injuries. They got rid of most of their talent on the offensive side of the ball. This is the type of game where the Browns need to prove that they're tougher than another NFL team and just go out and run it down their throats.
Here's my worry, though. Everybody knows Nick Chubb's back. I feel like so many people, again, this is starting to feel very deja vu like with the Steelers game when I ended up saying it just feels like so much pressure is on the Browns because everybody was expecting so much. This is Nick Chubb's first game back in, 6 weeks or so? He's been out for a while, like 4 to 6 weeks. I feel like so many people think he's going to be the same Nick Chubb.
Oh, he will be.
He's going to have reduced carries, though. He's not going to be 30 carries a game.
No.
It's going to be a combination of Chubb, probably more so Kareem Hunt this game instead of Nick Chubb. But as long as Nick Chubb's in there to kind of carry that workload a little bit more, and Kareem Hunt, I mean, he's been dealing with injuries too. We'll see what happens, but I don't want fans to think that because Nick Chubb is back, everyth's okay. Because it's going to take some time to get back into the swing of things. I mean, they shut down the practice facility on Friday for like 3 hours.
Because Chris Hubbard, who Wyatt Teller is replacing. Well, I mean, Chris Hubbard was replaced Wyatt Teller, but Wyatt Teller's back. Chris Hubbard, non-factor in this game. I don't think he would have been a factor anyway, unless you get some injuries on the offensive line today. Which it's a sloppy game, you never know. But I mean, having Wyatt Teller back, I think, is a really huge thing for the Browns' offensive run game, especially since he went down pretty much right at the same time that Chubb went down. And you saw the run game just really go down at that point. So hopefully with Wyatt Teller back, I mean, he's been the MVP of the offensive line until he got hurt. And he's a huge part. I mean, he came out of nowhere. I mean, 2 years ago, he was just a rookie.
Cut a lot of weight, too.
Yeah. And
he looks like he's in shape.
He's
not
a
this
good
plump offensive lineman. He's an in shape jack.
He looks like a Pro Bowler.
Yep.
I agree.
And go on.
So I was looking at the receiving corps, and I think Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to come out of nowhere today. I think we're going to see a whole different thing. He actually was a 5-star recruit out of Michigan. I think we're going to see the offense be able to move. I don't think, and this is my opinion, and everybody says, oh, trade, blah, 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 Baker and Odell, all right? They're just not gelling, and I think it's like a poker game. Your friend that you know is a better poker player than you, has more fame and all that.
Yeah.
He keeps getting the ball to Odell, pushing it, and I think it puts too much pressure on Baker, Odell. Oh, that looks bad downtown.
No, that's from last. Okay. Woo! We just saw a clip from the Browns 2 weeks ago on the TV, and it was the weather, and we thought that was a live look at what the weather was like right now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's not that bad, thank goodness.
It's just cold and windy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
But like, I think we're gonna see a different offense because we saw Baker start to get into a gel without Odell in there the last game and all that. And I think with Donovan Peoples-Jones, he makes moves. The defense is gonna be picking up. But I have a question for you guys. So you're talking about Chubb. Do you think he's gonna be the number 1 back or the 2 back today?
I think it's going to be a combination of Chunt.
It's going to be.
That's the combo, right?
Yeah.
That's a point. Give it to me.
Or Hub.
But there's Chris Hubbard.
There's the point. Nope, he gets the point. That's the point.
Hubbard's irrelevant. All right, look.
I was waiting for you to go back to what you were
This
saying.
is going to be a run-dominant offense today. Baker Mayfield still has not been able to prove that he can throw a football through the Northeast Ohio elements, like through the elements, the wind, the rain, the sleet. I mean, he's got to really improve from 2 weeks ago because he did absolutely nothing.
No, I mean, he was what, like 7 for 17?
And a broken rib without.
And a bunch of passes that were dropped by wide receivers that should get them, like Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry in the end zone.
Dropped one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would. They also that game against the Raiders dominated the clock so heavy.
And
They
that's what the
dominated the
Browns do.
clock so heavy that the Browns only got possession like 6 times the entire game, which is unheard of in the NFL.
Yep. But that's what they were trying.
And that shows you that only getting the ball 6 times, you have those key drops here and there by Njoku, by Landry to give you the lead. Things like that in that type of game are so significant.
I mean, that game
way
alone,
more
too,
significant than-
Harrison Bryant made his first mistake with the Browns probably because, I mean, he had the ball, fumbled it, and other than that, he's been better than David Njoku without a doubt.
Yes, he has.
He's
been
been
better
than Austin
almost,
Hooper. And that's a rookie that was 4th or 5th round picked. And I think we were saying this beforehand, or else I was saying it at the radio station, whatever one it was the combination that in training camp, he was the standout amongst his teammates that they voted for. But if I'm going to be with my teammates, I'm not going to be like, this guy's terrible. I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to boost his ego up because that's what a good teammate does.
Yeah, but you could also do that with any of the other draft picks. They
true.
chose him instead.
But if he's getting more reps, though, and you're seeing that more often, if you're playing darts and you're the only one here and they're filming you and Brandon isn't getting filmed and I'm not getting filmed, but they're just showing you and they're broadcasting it everywhere.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't get cocky now with your dart break kid.
Oh, I am. We are the Dart Break Kids. You make your rules and we will break them.
Is that your nickname?
No, we play darts up here. Our team's called the Dart Break Kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I get the joke.
And we've won, let's just say we are the opposite. We are the complete opposite of Peyton's softball team. We win.
Everybody on the
your
broadcast
prediction.
is picking. JT's picking the Browns. PJ Ziegler's picking the Browns. Tony, Andre Knott, all picking the Browns. All close games though too, except for PJ's.
I'm really just curious as to why, with knowing the win conditions and knowing
it's not going to be high scoring. Let's be honest.
All those picks were very high scoring in the late 20s, early 30s. This is going to be a game where I think the winning team might have only 17 points.
I agree.
So my one buddy Richard's actually watching the podcast right now, and he had a
Speaking of which,
question.
I gotta share it.
But he had a question saying that last year Chubb had 36 receptions.
I might just share it.
Do you think they just should use him the same way this year and get more receptions in there? Because he only had 36 last year. That's kind of the running back that, Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt has been more so that. That's the element that Nick Chubb's missing because he's not that receiving back as well as an explosive running back.
Yep.
Kareem Hunt has that combination of both. Do you think that that's what the Browns should end up incorporating with Nick Chubb to kind of get a little bit more receptions, open up the pass game? I mean, you already know if they're going to be running the ball play action, you have him just go, run out, curl, that's it. You could end up being more successful with that too. What do you guys think?
So I think that using Nick Chubb like that is great because I think with Kareem and Chubb, they both can run the ball great, and like you said, Kareem can catch. Kareem's a dual threat. Chubb is not always that way. He does have good hands at times, but the thing is, Chubb right now coming off the injury and all that, I think using him as a decoy at times because you don't know which one of them is going to get the run, and then if both of them are going out and you do every 10 plays, just one of them's a pass to Chubb. That's something they're not going to see coming. You're going to be able to build off that. You're going to be able to throw things, and Chubb's not going to be able to. He's not going to be 100% today, and coming into a cold weather game off of injury and all that, that's going to be totally different for him. And I want to see Myles Garrett today. I want to see how he's really going.
Aren't you wearing your Myles Garrett jersey again today?
It's been bad luck for me. I've worn it 3 times this
They've
year.
lost all 3?
All 3 times I've worn the jersey, they've lost. Like, that's why I'm like, I can't wear that. I told them, I'm like, guys, what jersey do you want me to bring? I brought Jim Brown today.
I told him bring the Cheesecake Factory guy.
No, it's okay. No, you know what? His joke's fine.
It's his joke is not fine when he's used the joke at least 35 different times on this podcast.
That's fine. He's a Steelers fan. I'm sorry he doesn't have class or taste. I'm sorry.
Or originality. Can't come up with any new jokes.
Yeah, where you at on that joke, man? Twist it just a little. Come on, you're creative. You're a smart guy.
I got nothing.
Here's my thing. He does this, but his
Thanks for
quarterback's
proving
been
our
known.
point.
Wait. What's Ben Roethlisberger famous for? Other than Super Bowl wins, because Pittsburgh makes sure that's heard more because of that.
Being from Ohio.
Miami of Ohio, and being 2 cases of rape.
Oh, allegedly.
No. Allegedly, because when you get enough money, anybody will be quiet. Or they die. You've met the Clintons, haven't you?
I have not met him. But
that sounds like it's a good thing then.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Took that differently, didn't it?
Yeah, that took a turn and a half.
Do you want me to keep going? I can go completely into
It's
fun.
almost time for break. I want to get Parker Pierce's take on that though, with the whole entire Chubb situation. If you end up having him have more receptions out the backfield, also something to ponder on for when we get back from break.
Well,
if they have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, one of them playing the fullback position, because they were supposed to incorporate that a lot more. Just have 2 running backs, and then you have that option for either way, or else run that wishbone.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Peyton. The only way you can be successful throwing to your running backs out of the backfield is if you dominate in the run game, you get the ball running, you do well with play action, get the defense going downfield, you're throwing the ball well downfield. That's what opens up the short routes for your running back. That's what opens up the fact that your running backs can be successful catching the ball in the backfield. You got to dominate running the ball first. You got to dominate in the play action game, and then you can check down to your running back. If you do that in any other sequence, you're not going to be very successful.
And he's 100% right. That's what Pittsburgh excels at. That's why Ben Roethlisberger and them are so good. Their run game, their front line. Look at the factory that Pittsburgh puts out. And I don't compliment Pittsburgh often, but your coach, Tomlin, he built a factory of players where even when Roethlisberger goes down, they still almost make the damn playoffs.
Yep.
Like, you can't, without
and it's always
their structure.
The head coaches, too, and I always bring this up. I mean, it's been 3 coaches. You had Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin within the last 60 years.
Yep.
The Browns, on the other hand, that's an example that you have to hope that Kevin Stefanski can become, though.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want. If he could coach for 20 years, and then maybe you have Stefanski's son that's in his 30s then, 20 years down the line.
Stefanski has only coached half a season, and he is the best coach the Browns have had in the last 10 years.
And Baker Mayfield is the most winning quarterback for the Browns since we've been returned. Fans need to loosen up, let go. I called my dad this morning, and I'm just going to make this the last thing, and we can go to break. He's one of those old school Browns fans. He's seen the 80s. He's seen them do all their stuff. Watching the games now, he's had 20 years of crappy football, and he sits there and goes, he can't even make it through a quarter without yelling at the team and wanting to change the channel. And then in the fourth quarter, I cannot be around him because he's always so negative. Browns fans need to understand we have a winning quarterback now. Let's change our mindset, and we have a coach who actually is focused and giving us a plan to focus on. We are not needing to change everything in 2 years. We are not needing to flip everything again. Let's stay together and actually put the good forward.
And a 5-3 record is nothing to complain about.
We are still talked about for the playoff hunt, and it's not like we're a 500 team. We win today, we are still in that conversation, and you can't tell me, they've only played crappy teams. No. We have played teams and lost to the ones that we're still trying to figure out. We have 8 more games of understanding each other, and that's how you play a sport. You build off of what you're doing and build off of what they're doing, and you realize how to manipulate their game. So the Browns, keep going the way you're going.
And on another note, before we take a quick break, I was looking at the Masters really quick, and there looks like there's some severe thunderstorm warnings out west by Sandusky, so who knows how that factors into today's game, too. So
it's high wind warning.
No, it's also a thunderstorm, too, severe thunderstorm warning, too.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So
just announced too that the Browns have a 52% chance of making the playoffs. ESPN released this morning.
52% chance to make the playoffs for the Browns.
I have a question. If the Steelers lose their next 8 games, okay, and they go 8-8, what's their
And then they
chance?
wake up.
Go ahead.
But anyways, on that note, Parker, take us to break. We're here with
We're
Brandon.
here live with Brandon from CB Delight. Call him Balance
That's not the
Delight.
name of my company.
CBD
Delight
Delight.
Cafe.
Well, it's called CB Delight. Delight Cafe.
I'm going to show you how to say that after that. And honestly, you're hitting exactly why the marketing is the way it is. You don't even realize it. Why is it that way? Calm, balanced, delight. CBD. And it's delightcafe.com. You know why? Because we're where you find all your health and wellness to find the best part of your life and find your delight in you.
DelightCafe.com.
Promo code We Like Sports.
Live from First Stop. We'll be right back.
Bingo.
And welcome back to First Stop. We are here on the We Like Sports podcast. It's myself with the world famous Brandon Croucher.
World famous.
Well, okay,
I appreciate
kind of
that.
famous. This is the owner operator of Delight Cafe,
CBD.
CBD Delight,
Delight Cafe CBD.
CBD Cafe Delight, CBD Delight Cafe. You know what?
DCB.
This keeps me
Rochambeau.
cool, calm. This keeps me cool, calm, just like my mom. I just pull the tab once. You can put it into anything you want. You can even put it into your beer. Look at this. You can even stir it.
It's 11:40.
It comes with a stirring, a stirring tab. It's amazing. This stuff is just fantastic. Calm, balanced, CB Delight
You
from
have
Delight
it
Cafe.
so close. You're like get to that last part of nailing the pitch.
Delight Cafe CBD.
Delight Cafe CBD.com.
All right, come back after this. We're going to try it again. There's a dog in here.
Yeah, that's Roscoe. Hi, Roscoe.
Roscoe.
Roscoe, do you want to be on the We Like Sports podcast?
Yes, he does.
Come here, bud.
So before the show, we were talking about my ADHD, and that was just perfect timing.
What's up, Roscoe? Roscoe, do you think the Browns are going to win today?
Oh my gosh, Roscoe's a kisser.
Yeah. I think Roscoe says yes. The Browns are definitely going to win today.
He says they're gonna win. Woof.
Brandon,
All
he wants some pepperoni. You got any pepperoni for him?
I don't have anything.
Oh.
Oh, I'm
Who
sorry.
do you
Do you
have
think-
pepperoni?
Roscoe, what do you think about Delight Cafe and CBD?
So
You like it?
If he's
Yeah?
anxious, has a bad day, like the storms are coming in later, you could put it in their water or his food, and then turn around and help him be able to relieve that anxiety naturally.
So is CBD, is that good for animals? Do you think that it helps relax them and everything?
My sister has a bull mastiff. It's one of those dogs that like, his head would be here, sitting there, okay? And he had a lot of pain, and he had diagnosed he had some cancer stuff. And he's been in a lot of pain and stuff. She uses my CBD to be able to help him like with the pain, and she's noticed he's walking around playing with his brother again and all that. Roscoe here maybe has like a long day where he's just like at the end of the day. Never mind, Roscoe's just a love, you can see.
Parker Pierce
Roscoe's
reminds
already
me of
good.
like back when, unfortunately, obviously, like when Dick Goddard passed away. Like Parker Pierce just reminded me of like Dick Goddard and like
How
the
do you
Valley
guys
View.
get that into every episode?
Because
Dick
Rachel's a
Goddard?
big fan.
Like for real.
But
I'm,
like,
blown
but I
away.
mean, like Parker just literally like picks up an animal and he was like, adopt him.
Yes. Actually, he has a loving owner already. Sorry.
But that's
Don't
a good
adopt
thing.
him.
Ladies.
All
if
right,
you're looking
first of
for
all, a
good
message
guy-
from Parker Pierce. If you're going to get an animal, adopt from a local animal shelter.
And
Don't
make
go
sure to
buying
get your
an
pet
animal.
spayed and neutered.
He got that point that round. So, you have picks for us. I understand
Yeah, I
there's picks.
do. So this week it's gonna be interesting
I know
because I don't.
nobody playing right now, so this is going to be fun. I'm going to be. Do I have to give scores?
No, just regular
I just know the
pick'ems.
Browns game this week. I don't.
So-
know. I thought Ohio State was playing. I didn't even realize
Yeah,
the
they
game
got
got canceled till I
canceled.
went to turn it on.
Yeah, that didn't happen. What was on TV instead?
I didn't watch it. I watched the Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Have you guys seen this?
No.
I think is that
I
the
did
one
not.
with like
Chess?
yeah.
Guys,
I saw a
watch
preview for it.
And she's hot. Like, and I forget the fact she's hot. She's smart as hell. It's a true story. Honestly, I highly recommend that show to everybody right now, and it's the #1 show in the world. So give it a watch. It's only 10 episodes, but you're gonna like it. Like, trust me.
And we all know there's nothing better than a smart, tough, beautiful woman.
Right.
You know, that just like my woman, Mad Dog. She makes me look like a dummy sometimes. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing.
We're not going that way.
I mean, I kind of feel like you're.
He's so out of the loop. He doesn't know the story of Mad Dog.
I just feel like you're naming her after a really cheap freaking ghetto bottle.
She killed 2 bottles of Mad Dog 2020 on New Year's this
So
year.
that explains it.
Yeah, because it was 2020.
Like she go like old school, like the nasty flavor, or she get like a good flavor.
It was like one was blue and one was red.
Oh, so she went OG.
Yeah,
All right. So I'm gonna give her a little bit more mad props on the here.
Mad
absolutely.
props.
Yeah,
Mad props to the Mad Dog.
But anyways,
Peyton gets a point in life.
with finally with the picks and
you have 2.
I almost said with the picks in life. That's funny. But with the picks for this week, Parker and I are gonna be making up some ground amongst everybody else because we're the only ones that picked this week.
Whoop whoop.
So Tyler,
Whoop whoop.
Riggs, Keith, they're all out of the loop.
When's
And
the last time Tyler or Keith even picked?
they picked last week.
Oh.
But they just
It was
ended
a
up.
bye week for the Browns last week. That's how they could show up? Sorry.
So-
So this is my first week picking with you guys.
Yes.
How many weeks do they have? Can I catch up to them this
No.
week?
No, because it's a point a
Unless
game.
you can get 76
I-
games correct this week.
So,
I have
anyways,
the rest of the season.
you could.
You
Yeah.
do? You better hope they don't pick anymore.
I know that's the problem. We tie at records at the end of the year.
Everybody has to lose, and you have to win every pick for you to come back.
That's fine. I'm fine with this.
Don't
I
call
like
it a
my
comeback,
odds.
though.
Yeah, I've been here
You're
for
the
years.
idiot who let that nasty face in my car, but continue.
Which one?
Don't-
Oh, the
hey,
blue one?
No, don't let him bait you like that. Don't let him bait you.
I took it and yelled at LeConte and asked him if he was a man last night because he had a vape pen.
Who's
Peyton.
LeConte?
LeConte, Key.
Riggs, where are you, man? Riggs! You're seriously going to work on possibly the last Sunday we could be at the bar? You don't know what Daddy DeWine's going to do to us?
Hey, remember the bar's always at my house.
I mean, there are some speakeasies going around I've heard of.
At
You
his
know,
house?
I'm not telling you where, DeWine. I'm not telling you where.
But anyways,
Yeah, did you hear that they put a tweet out about that?
What?
Somebody put a tweet about a speakeasy in Cleveland. It got shut down that night because they put the address.
how stupid.
Yep.
Also, DeWine is offering, the state of Ohio, DeWine's working to offer a bonus if you know there's social gatherings. And if you tattle on them, you get a bonus.
Oh, man, I'm about to lose a lot of friends. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, money's everything.
I'll start the party
Starts
and
the
leave
party
it.
at Peyton's house and then calls
I'll
it
just
in.
invite a bunch of people over to random neighbors I've never met.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Perfect. There we go.
Oh my
We'll
god.
go have a
anyways-
party in their backyard, and then I'll rat, and everybody will run.
Just make sure you get like a tape, so like 6 feet difference could like kind of make up for it. So
Shut up.
Have you watched South Park?
yeah, I did pandemic special.
Oh my god, I feel like you're Cartman and a half. Good lord, I want to give him a stick that's 6 feet long. He's like, stay back first, stay back.
Man, I'm 6 feet.
All right,
But anyways, with the picks, man, talk about an ADHD podcast. Is a CBD delight, according to Parker
Well, you
Pierce.
obviously
Health-
haven't
the
had
only
any.
one, notice the only one that's focused is the one that had some.
that
Open up.
for me.
There we go. That's what I like to
There
see.
it is.
Put it in there.
CB Delight. You can put it in anything, even a dumbass.
Please don't spit near the electronics.
You actually get like you got another point on that one. 'Cause that joke like made it. Can you say my company right once?
Delight Cafe, CBD.
Oh, there it is. I'm good.
Yes!
After that, all right, I'm good with that.
What's the logo of it?
It's like a leaf.
He's right. No, he is right. That's
Calm,
not the
balanced
logo,
delight. That's the
slogan.
words. Logos are pictures.
Trying to get them.
Slogan: calm, balanced delight.
Wow, you could even put it. I'm still stuck on that. Anyways, the
You can
picks.
even-
All right.
All right.
Excellent.
Let's
Let's
go.
go
So-
through picks, and then we have a very, very, very special segment that's called Nick's Closet Party. My buddy Nick, he has the
It's
most
in the
jerseys
closet.
I've ever seen in the world, and we're going to go through some of his jersey collection, all right? We're going to be coming that with the next segment, but first, picks
Stop.
for this week.
Anyways, this week, Brandon, if you had to pick, obviously without knowing the winner, would you have picked the Indianapolis Colts or the Tennessee Titans? Parker and I
I
both picked the
honestly
Titans.
don't know the winner, and I don't know the winner because I didn't know. Was this tonight or tomorrow?
This
It was
Thursday.
Thursday.
So good. This is how non-attentive I've been. I'd say Indy, and that's only because my ex-wife's from there. And do I have to give a score?
No.
No, just a pick.
You got it right either way, so.
Yeah, jerk.
Honestly, I was gonna pick Indy either way because I hate Tennessee.
But on that note, should we do the Browns game at the end of the picks?
Last one. It's
All
always
right.
the last one for the hometown team.
So we got the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Green Bay Packers. We both picked for today the Green Bay Packers. Jacksonville has Jake Luton because Gardner Minshew and the Fu Manchu that I had to cut off finally.
Thank
That's
God.
great.
Oh, my
It's
God.
great.
We're
Fully
past,
bearded.
Creeper Peyton.
Man. But anyways, Brandon, who do you have? We both have Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay. An RP. Do I give a score?
Nope.
No.
Just
no.
a small
That should be
reason.
like extra
score.
points.
We got the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. I picked the Giants. Parker picked the Eagles. You raised your hand.
Well, is it the over/under or just
No,
straight?
Just
who
straight
you
up.
picking? Yeah.
You're making it
do you
way too
think's gonna win?
complicated.
Because I like the harder one. Like the odds.
That's what she said.
Yeah, maybe you should give her that once. Eagles and who?
The Giants.
Yeah.
Oh, the Eagles.
I went with the Eagles this week. I think Carson Wentz had some really big struggles in the first half of the season. However, as a whole, they do seem to be getting a lot healthier, throughout. They're getting more depth back. They did have a lot of injuries, especially in the trenches, and I think getting some of those guys back is going to maybe turn them into a little bit of the Eagles we used to know. So I'd take them in a guaranteed win over the Giants.
Guaranteed win?
That's my opinion.
I don't think so. I think the Giants...
Now, the Giants have played some pretty good competitive games. They gave
They're
Tom
both
Brady
bad
a little
teams
bit of
right
run.
now, though. But that game against Tom Brady, and then that following week, Tom Brady and the Saints. Tom Brady and then the Buccaneers lost to the Saints, so I'm going to have to
We didn't
pick
get a
the
chance
Giants.
to talk about that. I can't wait till we talk about some Tampa Bay New Orleans games.
Yeah,
We'll get to
I
that.
did see that,
Yeah.
You guys need to call me. I had a 25-foot blow-up go up for that game.
Yeah?
Watched it outside.
Monday
and
night
Gerald's
game?
fight. Yeah. And at a fire pit outside because
What was
I
I
hate being
doing
inside.
Gerald's fight night?
Yeah.
Which,
you
by
were-
the way, he's the champ now.
Yeah. He can't.
Congratulations to Gerald Spawn.
Yes.
What a great accomplishment for one of our own, right from Hooligans Gym.
Yes.
I mean, Gerald put in the work. Great things will happen. Congratulations on your championship.
Yes.
Next game.
He's strong style, Jim. Just so I do.
But I
he comes
seen
out
him.
to Julian's
Yeah, he does.
gym, and he does
Strong style.
love being around Coach. And I know that's a big thing in that community, so I have to make sure I say it
Oh,
right
yeah.
as he would. So, and I don't want to disrespect Coach because
Yes.
Coach's community is like amazing. He has built
Absolutely.
something special there. It is awesome to see. So go ahead, Peyton. I'm sorry I interrupted on that.
You're
I just
good.
didn't
We were
wanna,
talking about a champion.
He's a champ.
A
he is
professional. He's almost as professional as Parker Pierce, if not more.
No, he's more. I've never won a belt.
He is 3 to 5 fights away from UFC chance.
That's awesome. That is
And-
awesome.
and, this is a big deal, and we're very excited. They're already asking for another things. Gerald is kicking ass. He has a
Taking names.
promotion- he's not even taking names. He's gotten so tired of people just falling off of him.
And Gerald, if you want to become the next Ken Shamrock, I can hook you up with a wrestling school.
There we go. All right,
I
but
do like that, the way you put that. Yeah.
but we got Tampa Bay and the Carolina Panthers. Parker and I both picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, a bounce back game after losing to the Saints. I think at this point the Saints are just Brady and the Buccaneers kryptonite. I think.
Yeah, Brady has not lost 2 divisional games in the last 15 or 17 years, I think it is. Obviously, it's to another Hall of Famer, Drew Brees, who I think Drew Brees is definitely a top 5 quarterback of all time. And he could give Brady a run for the money. If he could win one more Super Bowl, maybe 2. If hypothetical question, guys, if Drew Brees wins the Super Bowl this year, turns around and wins the Super Bowl next year, do you consider him better than Tom Brady?
Honestly, this is going to be a big test for Tom Brady because it's always been Belichick and Tom Brady.
Yes.
Drew Brees, if he does the same thing, and let's say he wins it this year with the Saints and Sean Payton and with Michael Thomas, and then goes to another team and he succeeds, I should say, then I would say he's better than Tom Brady. Because if it's the same situation, same scenario, then I'd give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'd say Brees is better. Because you're telling me you have Michael Thomas,
All right,
have Drew
just so you know,
Brees,
the only
have
reason
Payton.
the only reason I'm picking Tampa Bay this week is because they were absolutely embarrassed last week. There's no possible way they can play nearly as bad as they did last week. And also, the other reason is because Christian McCaffrey can't stay on the field. He got back last week, went out with another injury, unrelated to the injury he had before. So, I mean, Carolina's like they're just a mess right now. They were hoping to get Christian McCaffrey back, maybe make a run. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen for them. So that's the only reason why I'm picking Tampa Bay.
Fair enough. Brandon, who do you have, Tampa Bay or Carolina?
I'm going to pick Tampa Bay, but that's just because Austin hit some of the bigger points. Like, Brady doesn't lose in his division. Brady doesn't lose to all these to teams 2 in a row like that. In Carolina, they're a dumpster fire right now. They're really not. They look like they're wanting to just be done with the season already, and it's only week 10. So it's like I thought this game could have been a setup game if Tampa Bay played better last week. Because if they would have played better, looked better, not been embarrassed, I think this could have been a game where they went off the gas a little bit. And then next week, I was going to ask who they even played because they're not going to take this game as seriously being Carolina. But the fact that they were embarrassed, I think they're going to have to come out and they're going to play at a different level.
Let's figure out who they play next week. We got smartphones.
No, what do you do looking ahead? No, don't look ahead.
I actually think they have a bye week next week too, to be honest. And then they play.
See,
Then they play the Rams.
See, that's a setup game.
So
this is a
that'd
game
be-
that they could have easily, if they didn't get embarrassed last week, been one that, like, they come in thinking Carolina's going to be a walkover. It's like the Browns. The Browns
losing right before the bye week. You know, you're looking forward to the bye week, looking forward to those 2 weeks off. You know, looking forward to getting healthy.
Did not play horrible last week, but they didn't play like they're still not like competitive. But if Tom Brady doesn't figure out what he needs to do this week to fix that with his new team, because he doesn't have Belichick there, like you said, to fix it, like. You're literally looking at Tampa Bay. This could be a game where we see Carolina pull out a surprise and everybody starts talking about Tom Brady and Izzy over the hill.
And also, too, if they end up losing this game to Carolina and you have Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, all that trio, that'd be some trouble because that legacy for Tom Brady, you're trying to build yourself up. It's like if LeBron lost in 2016 or this past year with all these people that are stars around him.
Yep.
But on that note, the next game, Washington football team against the Detroit Lions. Parker and I both picked Detroit. Washington, I think Alex Smith and his one leg are going to end up playing, starting the game alone. It's going to be interesting nonetheless, but Detroit, I want to say they won last week, or at least they had a bye week and then won the week before. Detroit's kind of getting it together. Washington, I can't really pick when they have 3-4 different quarterbacks, 5 different quarterbacks. You name a number, that's how many quarterbacks that they've had this year.
Yeah.
Detroit, they haven't played absolutely horrible. They struggled earlier in the season. They've been playing a little bit better football. And, I mean, to be honest, as long as you have Matthew Stafford, you never know what can happen. I mean, Matthew Stafford is a guy who, in my opinion, over the last 10 years is probably a top 10 quarterback if he had a decent team. He has not. Calvin Johnson, unfortunately, retired early on him. I wish Calvin Johnson was still playing in the NFL. I think he still could. He just made the decision not to. And I just don't think Detroit has been able to recover since then. But if you have Matthew Stafford, you have a decent run game. You know, the Lions always pull out weird games. So Washington shouldn't be like a tough game for them, but I can't put anything on Washington right now. They are just absolutely horrible. Yeah. Ryan Kerrigan, the best defensive player that's played for them in the last 20 years, wants out. It's the final year of his contract. He was looking for a trade right before the deadline. They did not make that happen. Washington's just a mess.
B, who do you have?
Detroit. It's just... Honestly, there's nothing Washington can bring right now. Washington looks like they're just like, let us lose. They want the number 1 overall pick. And
yeah.
I don't think they want to go. They do have a win this season.
They do have one.
So they can't go 0-16. So
but the Jets can.
The Jets are the ones. And he was like, there's a team that hasn't won yet. Yeah, that's true. The Jets could go 0-16.
So, next game we got Buffalo Bills against Arizona Cardinals. I got the Bills. Parker has the Cardinals. I picked the Bills because the Bills ended up winning. They're 7-2 right now. The Cardinals lost to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins a lot of people are sleeping on, including me. They're silently going 5-3 right now. And Tua Tagovailoa, he won 2 games in a row. Mm-hmm. Beat the Rams last week. That's why I'm picking Buffalo, because Arizona... They have Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's a tough quarterback, but I don't think they could beat Buffalo.
They have Kyler Murray. They also have Larry Fitzgerald, and DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay. Buffalo 7-2. They have Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Devin Singletary.
Yes, it's going to be
better defense.
This is going to be a very high-scoring game.
It's in Arizona, you said?
Yep.
And, yeah, there's no elements to deal with, so it's going to be a very, very high-scoring game, if anything. But I am taking Kyler Murray. I don't know. I've just been really impressed with the way he's been playing this year, the way he's controlled the offense. And I think Arizona's defense might just be a tad bit better than Buffalo's.
I could see where both of your heads are at, but I'm picking Buffalo. Buffalo has been building this team for a while now. We've seen them develop. This year, you're just seeing the energy come out of Buffalo that's just looking different than any other team. And I'm not meaning like they're going to win the Super Bowl or anything, but like
they could be a Jacksonville type team in 2017 when
Bortles,
Bortles,
Blake Bortles, yeah.
Blake Bortles, that's it.
Yeah.
Like they are looking like a team that's coming together, and they win this game. They're going to feel the energy. I think they're going to like run with it, and that could be enough to boost them to look at the playoffs. And that's what Detroit's going to want. Arizona's got a lot, but
you mean Buffalo?
I mean that. I said Arizona has a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
But I think Buffalo in the end just comes out. I could see this going to overtime.
Possibly.
It's gonna be a high-scoring game, that's for sure.
So you got the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Drew Lock is back for the Denver Broncos. We both have Vegas, though.
Oh yeah, Vegas. I mean, Vegas came into Cleveland 2 weeks ago, just outmanned the Cleveland Browns. Came back, got another victory last week, and they also beat the Chiefs. They are a legitimate team. I think they are going to be a playoff contender, and this is one of those games where they need to prove it. I mean, you're playing a subpar opponent in Denver. I don't think even Von Miller's on the field anymore for Denver.
Their standout is Jerry Jeudy. That's it.
They got Jerry
That's
Jeudy.
it, though.
Yeah,
He's a rookie.
And you know what? They just have no chance today against the Vegas Raiders. I mean, are they playing? Where are they playing at? In Vegas?
Yeah, they're playing in Vegas in the great new stadium that
Derek
holds
Carr,
all of 1,000 people in 2020.
Derek Carr is going to have a really good game. I think he's going to throw for 3 touchdowns today.
All right. Did you pick? I forgot.
I said Las Vegas, and that's mainly because I will never pick Denver, just so you know.
Why is that?
Red Right 88, the fumble. Where do you want me to go? John Elway. My dad met him, and he goes, "I can't shake your hand," and he was like, "Why?" And he's like, "You beat my Browns." He met him as a business thing and all that. It was funny. So yeah, I'm not a Denver fan.
I can't do it. I can't shake your hand.
I like Pittsburgh over Denver.
Good call. We got the Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. Justin Herbert having a good year, but also on a bad team right now. They only have 2-3 wins. Miami's 5-3. We both picked Miami. Yeah, that is true. And we both picked Miami. Like I said earlier, Miami's just been that sleeper team that.
Miami and who?
Miami and the Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm actually gonna pick Miami.
This is a good matchup of 2 rookie quarterbacks. Probably, I was surprised with how well there was, at least Justin Herbert. I think he's playing a little bit better than Joe Burrow is this year. And, Joe Burrow, obviously, the number 1 pick in a tough situation in Cincinnati, but he's played a lot of close games. But Justin Herbert is just a touchdown-making machine, it seems, even on a crappy team with no talent around him.
Imagine if he would have Melvin Gordon on that team, too.
Oh, yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
But he has Keenan Allen still, too. Keenan Allen is also healthy every other game, too, so you never really know. B, did you say you were picking the Chargers or Miami? Miami, right?
I'm picking Miami.
Same reason, and pretty much for the most part.
Miami, I think. My thing is, like rookie quarterback, like you said. I think he's stepping into his own. I always pronounce his name wrong. So
Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that guy. And I don't want to insult him.
I could say it because I always say it.
Congratulations.
That's the best.
What's the next game?
Yeah, well, you got my pick. Jeez, Austin's ready to slap you.
Next game, Cincinnati Bengals,
Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cincinnati.
Steelers.
Cincinnati versus who?
Steelers.
Oh, Cincinnati.
Steelers.
Next game.
New Orleans Saints against the San Francisco Giants.
That was good. I like that. 5 points. I'm sorry, what? I was ignoring you.
I said New Orleans Saints against the San Francisco Giants.
I'm going New Orleans. I mean, they just absolutely embarrassed Tom Brady on Monday Night Football last week.
Where's it at?
I said the Giants and not the 49ers, so I was just seeing if you guys would catch on.
Yeah,
it's in New Orleans. It's the San Francisco 49ers against the Saints in New Orleans.
San Francisco Giants.
And
thought he was switching sports.
Well, George Kittle's out, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think they saw something about like 25% of their salary cap is currently on the injured reserve list.
Really? Yeah, you have Jimmy Garoppolo,
Joey Bosa, Raheem Mostert,
Garoppolo.
George Kittle, Garoppolo. It's a nightmare out there in San Francisco.
Honestly, I picked
1 year
the Saints
removed
too.
from them being in the Super Bowl too. It's a tough year. Hey, that Super Bowl hangover, always bad for the losing team.
Oh yeah. I picked the Saints, but my question is, what is the Saints' record right now in general?
They're 5-3 or 6-2. They're a quiet 6-2 or 5-3 though.
5-3. 5-3. Thank you.
So
they struggled in the beginning of the season, and they've been on a tear lately. And getting
that's without Michael Thomas too.
Getting Michael Thomas back, that's going to be huge for them pushing for the playoffs the rest of the year.
Next game, Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Parker picked the Seahawks. I picked the Rams because the Seahawks are coming off of a loss to It's going to be a good game regardless. 425 game. I'm picking the Rams. You're picking the Seahawks.
I'm picking the Seahawks. I still think Russell Wilson is the clear MVP in the NFC. I think you just, when you have an MVP caliber player like that in the year he's having, you can't bet against him.
And actually, Russell Wilson's my man. I love that guy, but it's in LA.
Yeah, yep, it's in LA.
There's no home field advantage anymore because nobody has fans going and all that. So it's not really a big difference other than some travel. And he's just going down the coast. There's not even a time zone change or anything. I see Seattle just running away with this. It's not gonna be as close as everybody thinks. I think Russell Wilson and Seattle start to click, and it's what they use is their bounce game to get them ready for the playoffs.
Fair enough. We got the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. Parker picked New England, and I picked the Ravens.
You know why? I did not. Idiot.
You picked the Ravens.
Like, wait a minute. I'm trying to give myself a defense on why I picked New England. I'm like, did I hit the wrong button or something? No, absolutely not.
Get the Riggs reasoning.
The Ravens,
I thought I clicked the other one.
The Ravens are the second best team in the AFC right now.
The AFC North, too?
No, I said the AFC.
Who's the best team in the AFC?
The Chiefs.
And
He means by the way.
No, the Chiefs are the best team, then Baltimore, then Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh,
Right.
Pittsburgh has the record.
Pittsburgh got Lamar Jackson had a nightmare game against Pittsburgh. It was a nightmare game, but the Steelers are beating teams that aren't very good.
the
just
Browns
barely
are going to
beating
play
them.
too.
I'm not even talking about against the Browns. I'm
but they're
talking
going
about
to
against
Browns are
going to
be playing the same thing. So it's no unfair advantage.
So anyway, Baltimore, they're gonna smoke New England. Cam Newton, you don't belong as a quarterback right now in the NFL anywhere. You just don't. You don't have it anymore. Stop trying. Like Jeff Garcia said, we should not be making fun of your outfits. We should be making fun of your performance on the field. Get it together, bud.
Well said. Well said. What are my choices again? I'm just gonna throw one out.
Baltimore, New England.
Oh, that's Baltimore.
We
I don't
got
even need to defend it. Like,
Minnesota and Chicago. We both picked Minnesota over the Bears.
Dalvin Cook. That's all I'm saying. Dalvin Cook.
you know what? So I'm gonna pick the Bears. Just honestly, I see a surprise in that one.
Well, like the thing is too is like the favorite would be the Bears. Minnesota, just I think we're calling an upset alert on that one.
You guys can call
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
I don't think it's an upset. The Bears have had a hard season. Trubisky's not even starting anymore. They're literally thinking that.
But they have Parker's favorite football player at quarterback.
Who? Big Dick Nick?
Yeah.
Oh my God! What?
You don't remember?
No.
When Philadelphia won the Super Bowl,
Okay.
Nick Foles
He has a
was
weird
the
fetish. Let
backup
him be.
quarterback. No, after the
He's
game,
right.
after the game in the streets of Philly, people were just chanting, "Big Dick Nick, Big Dick Nick." It was a thing. It was a thing.
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. Philadelphia fans are
hilarious.
Dude, you don't want to piss off Philadelphia fans. If I'm an opposing team,
They
Philadelphia.
threw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Yeah, but who threw batteries? The Raiders fans in Oakland.
Who threw bottles?
They refilled them at least. It's recycling.
Last game, Houston against the Cleveland Browns. Parker and I both picked the Browns. We'll obviously dive in this a little bit more, but Brandon, who are you picking?
The Browns.
Fair enough. On that note, we're going to end up taking a quick break. We're going to hop in Nick's closet.
We're going into Nick's closet. Let's see what he's got.
But on that note, we'll be back on the We Like Sports podcast after this. Don't go anywhere.
Live from First Up
In Parma.
And welcome back to the We Like Sports podcast. We are live from First Up, the one and only Mike Ruff. And,
hello, everybody.
And we're here with Mike Ruff's absolute guaranteed best friend, Nick Campenza.
Absolute
I'm glad
guarantee.
you got my last name right.
I did. I got it right. Absolute guarantee. Nick is like we used to have Jersey Crate as one of our sponsors. Jersey Crate, like Nick's like Jersey Crate's #1 fan. So anyway, Nick decided we should do a segment called Nick's Closet Party, where Nick will bring out certain jerseys each week, and we'll discuss whoever he has on the back of the name. We'll discuss the team. We'll discuss whatever really topic he decides to choose based on what jersey he brings out of his closet. Wow.
Many of jerseys.
Wow. Jeez.
Did you just see the State Puff marshmallow go
I
running out?
yes, I did. All right, so Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you really into, like, really falling in love with jerseys?
Well, it's all started like in the 90s and all that. I was a major sports fan.
Ruff, scoot over. You can sit on Nick's lap if you want.
All right. Got me
No,
down
thanks.
for that.
I'll go back like this.
Oh,
you
okay.
twist like that, and that way they can come.
There we
And
go.
It doesn't
Ah,
look
there
like
we
that.
go.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming out. Have a good day.
Check you later.
So you were saying, Nick, about your jersey collection.
Well, I didn't start my collection until probably in the 90s with was my first hockey jersey pretty much. And I've had maybe all replicas and all that. And ever since then, I started just throughout the last 2 decades, I've just been collecting and collecting and collecting.
That's
Gotcha.
awesome.
That's awesome. Now, Ruff, since you've been around Nick for so long, and you've seen his jersey collection really grow. On a scale of like a 1 to 10, how impressive of a collection does he really have in his closet?
To be honest with you, I don't even think you can go to 10. I think you got to go to like 100.
Wow.
Is that how many jerseys he has?
He might have more than that.
Wow.
At this point.
Where do you get your jerseys? Like, how do you find them?
Well, I try to go on like online, pretty much like on eBay. Try to find the cheapest ones that are out there, but more legit though.
That's the way to go.
yeah.
You fake it till you make it.
And there's other websites I've gone to, pretty much like NHL.com or NFL.com. I've gotten some from there,
Yeah.
and they're pretty damn expensive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, before we really jump in, I have one question. Have you ever bought a jersey from a garage sale?
Ooh,
No.
That's a good question.
No?
That's,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
No.
a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. So, Nick, this is the inaugural debut of Nick's Closet Party. What did you bring out of the closet this week?
Bust it out.
Hold on, step back.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
This was the first
Wow.
NHL hockey jersey.
This is the first jersey you ever purchased.
Yes.
Oh, and he goes with the Mighty Ducks.
I love it.
With the Mighty Ducks. Oh, man.
Who's on the back?
Oh, custom made.
That's where.
Custom
Yep.
made.
That
All right.
is cool. Is all
So-
your jerseys custom made?
Is this one? This is an Odell Beckham. Oh no, this has the Al Lerner on
Most
it.
of them are.
Most
of them are.
I like that. That's
Well,
cool.
90% of my jerseys have my name on it, because sometimes I get a player jersey and then the following year they get traded.
Because you're a Browns fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
no,
smart.
it actually doesn't matter which team.
Okay.
I just don't like buying player jerseys as much. I mean, I'd rather have my name on it. That way, it's solidified on the team. Well, technically on the team, but I know it's not going to go anywhere.
I like that.
The only caveat is I can't sell the damn things because it has my name on it.
Yeah, trust me, reselling jerseys isn't really all it's cracked up to be. The last jersey I really ever bought for myself and spent like all my chore money, and that's how long it's been since I bought a jersey, like a real actual jersey. I bought a Willie McGinnis jersey for like $95. Yeah, he was gone in a year and a half.
That's the problem.
And then, it was like, what the hell did I do that for? So, anyway, two of my friends, we all go to the Browns game. This is, 2015, I think it was, 2016. They both buy Trent Richardson jerseys from the team shop down there at about $145 a pop.
Yeah, they are expensive.
2 weeks later, Trent Richardson was traded.
Yeah.
That's why I completely understand getting your last name on the back of the jersey.
My first Browns jersey that I got was when they came back in '99, and I bought a Tim Couch one.
Wait, I
You
have one
still
of those
have
too.
that.
Everybody had a Tim
No, I
Couch
do not.
jersey. I
You do
think.
not. You actually got rid of a jersey.
Yes, I gave it to my second oldest brother.
Yeah.
Well, before we really dig deep into the Mighty Ducks jersey, I want to talk about the one you're wearing right now. It's a number 13 Nick Campenza custom-made jersey. So when Odell Beckham was traded to Cleveland, what was it like knowing that Odell Beckham copied off you?
That's a good question, because I have really no idea. Because I had this jersey before
Exactly. So Odell copied off you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So going into the Mighty Ducks, so this is going to be the topic we talk about. What really got you into the Mighty Ducks? Was it the actual fact that the team was, called the Mighty Ducks, or was it the the TV series that came out?
It was actually
Yeah, Disney.
it was actually the movie.
The movie. The movie. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the first one, I was like hooked on it and hooked on hockey, and
Nice.
I was like, I started loving hockey, and then that would be my team.
Does that your love for hockey and the fact that your love for hockey came from like just getting a jersey that you fell in love with a team, fell in love with a movie, turned you into being a hockey fan. That's an incredible story, because you hear so many different ways of how people get into a sport, and hockey not being, hockey's like it's a top 4 sport, but it's not the most popular in America.
Yeah, it's more popular in Canada.
So
than it is.
what would you give to have Cleveland have an NHL team? Would you trade the Cleveland Cavaliers to have an NHL team?
Ooh, that's a good question. Which team would you give up to
Well,
have an NHL team?
I'll keep it simple. Would you trade the Cavaliers to Columbus to get the Blue Jackets?
Good question. Good question, Austin.
Well, if you didn't know this, Cleveland did have a hockey.
Well, they were the
team.
Barons, but they unfortunately stayed in the AHL, and then the AHL went to crap.
No, actually, the Barons were actually an NHL team back in I don't know 50,
Well,
years,
there was
50 years ago, or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
67, and I guess they didn't last long or whatnot, but
No, because they switched to the minors. They
Well-
named Barry,
well,
switched to the minors.
they
went to
switched-
another team and went to the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that's
Well,
fair.
the thing about the Barons was the Barons. It was almost like remember when the USFL was a thing, and they were they were trying to compete with the NFL. That's how the AHL came about. It started out as a competitor to the NHL, and they were both professional teams. And the Barons became so committed to being an AHL team that the quality of the rest of the league went really downhill, and the NHL gained so much ground that they ended up buying out the AHL, and the Barons just became a minor league team.
yeah. I mean, I'd be happy if Cleveland got an NHL team. I don't care if it's. So I'm actually a Columbus fan too. So, but I actually don't want to see Columbus lose their team and have them move up here.
Yeah.
That would be rad.
Well, no, but I mean, Columbus, I think, would trade,
we-
NHL for an NBA team. I mean, the city of Columbus, the mayor really wants an NBA team. But I would definitely take an NHL team over the Cavs. I mean, LeBron was the only great thing to come from Cleveland in basketball sense.
now look at us.
Cleveland is not a market for basketball. Basketball, people want to play in LA. They want to play in New York. They want
Or
to play in the big
Chicago.
cities. NHL, they're a different breed. There's not just 10 guys on a team that matter. They're in an NHL squad. You have 25 players on that bench.
Yeah.
It's more of a team thing. That's why you see greats come from like the Detroits, come from Washington.
Pittsburgh.
You got Pittsburgh. The blue collar cities. I think that's why NHL would be great in Cleveland compared to the NBA, because the NBA players, they just don't really want to come to Cleveland. It's in the middle of the winter. They're more about playing indoors. They're not playing on ice where it's cold already. I don't know. I would rather have an AHL team, I
Well,
think.
we have the Monsters, and they won. What is that? The
Calder Cup.
They won the Calder Cup in 2016.
Nick, where exactly were you at when that shot went in with 3.2 seconds left?
I was actually in Vegas with this buddy.
Yeah, were you watching the game at a sports book?
I
No.
don't believe so.
Actually, the day that they actually won they called their cup, we were actually at a bar downtown Las Vegas called Hogs and Heifers. So, and I actually got a text from
Good
another.
name of a bar, by the way.
Yeah. Actually, and I got a text from another buddy of ours, and while we were sitting at the bar and whatnot, and he told me that they won the Calder Cup, and I was surprised, I was excited and whatnot, because it is exciting to have at least some sort of relevancy
Yeah.
in the city.
I mean, they do get a lot of fans. I mean, you know, there's,
It's not
there's quite a
sold
bit
out.
of fans
It's
still.
not
Yeah, I think
completely
the
sold
only
out, but
I think the only AHL team that averages more fans than the Lake Erie Monsters is the Hershey
Hershey
Bears, and that's because that's the only
I've
thing they
seen
have
them
in
play
Hershey.
them. That's funny. I've only gone to
Yep.
like 3 Monster games. Hockey's never been my sport. I was football. So for me, like
Yeah,
the
me too.
Monsters are so fun to watch. I
Oh, yeah.
love
Go-
going down there.
going
Especially going to a game, yeah.
Going to
It's-
a game-
it's
And you got
fantastic.
dollar dogs,
Yeah,
and, you
going
know.
to a Monsters game is so much fun. I mean,
Yes.
I've been to like maybe 6 or 7 Monsters game already
Yeah,
in my life, and even two playoff games.
that's awesome.
And it's just the atmosphere is so tremendous.
So tremendous. And an NHL game, like I've watched Columbus Blue Jackets play. I liked when they do the outdoor games. Like they take like a football field and do that. That's for people like me who aren't like the biggest hockey fans. I could say like Mario Lemieux and Pittsburgh Penguins.
Right.
But I will not be able to tell you who the goalie was other than Goldberg for Mighty Ducks. You
Yeah.
know?
Right.
So, like, I look at it and I'm like, they do things like that are creative. It gets people like me to want to watch the sport more, and we pick it up and we like enjoy. Like, I saw a couple years ago they did a Christmas game. It was the Penguins and I forget, but it was outside and it's snowing.
It was snowing,
And I'm
yeah.
like, this is awesome.
Right.
I don't think it was Christmas. I think it was New Year's Eve, and
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
and probably the first outdoor.
Let them know.
Probably the first
Yeah.
outdoor games was the Winter Classic.
Yes.
I think it's 2008, and it was Pittsburgh and Washington, I do believe. And the jerseys that they wore, Pittsburgh were like mind blowing, and you can actually see the players, the jerseys light up, and it was so tremendous watching that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course I was rooting for the Penguins anyhow.
So every team we've said you've liked, what team don't you like?
What an age.
He oh no. Here's the thing, Nick loves every team. That's why he has so many jerseys. Nick's a homer for everywhere. He gets around. You know?
Even if his team,
Probably
if his
not.
team gets eliminated,
Never.
you know
Okay.
one of his teams are going to win the championship.
All right. So I have a closing question for both you, Nick, and you, Ruff.
All right.
If you could make a choice to bring back one of these teams, would you bring back the Ducks to be the Mighty Ducks or the Monsters to be the Lumberjacks?
Ooh, good.
I'd probably vote for the Lumberjacks just from being Cleveland and obviously never been to Anaheim, so
I would say the same.
All right. Excellent. I mean, that what do you think?
Honestly, I say the same because the Ducks and the Mighty Ducks, that's the same logo. We still associate it.
Right, I mean-
And what's interesting is that Anaheim has brought back
Like retro jerseys?
This logo on their their alternate.
Okay.
And a couple years ago they had a 25th anniversary jersey, which is similar to this, but the other one had like dark shoulders on it. Like soon, probably one of these weeks, I'll bring it in and show it to you guys.
So if I
Sounds good.
throw out a team, all right, just any team, all the sports, it seems like, and would you maybe have that jersey? A jersey to represent. I'm going to throw one out, and if you can do this, bring it next week, all right? So he's already said Penguins. We've gone hockey. I see Lakes hockey. I'm going to switch to it. Do you do what other jerseys, like baseball, basketball, too, or no?
I have baseball and football.
Baseball and football.
Nah,
Cool.
man, I don't think you have any NBA anymore, do you?
I only have maybe 2 Cavs jerseys.
All right.
So not a basketball fan.
Not basketball.
All
Got it.
right.
I won't go basketball. Oh, I got one. Do you have the Ninja Turtles? What? Monsters jersey they had like 2 years ago.
No.
I would have offered you money. For
They're
that
not-
one, man.
they're not-
If you had your name on it, I'd wear it with pride. But yeah, like so forget that one then. Let's go with team. Do you have any? I'm trying to think of a team that would be hard to have a player with.
Do you have
Tennessee Titans. We're playing.
No.
Houston.
I love it. I have a Gretzky and a Bobby Orr jersey, man, and I will kill somebody's own kid if they took my jersey. I would go out and fight.
Well,
Like, it would be like taken for my jersey. That's how it would be for me. Like, I would literally kill a lot of people.
Well, the thing is that they're hard to find online though.
You would know.
We do a lot of Canadian sites because and I'll say this right now, Canada is the best place to get hockey jerseys from because people will have like 50 of them and they'll go, "What? Don't you know? You can have them for like $40, man. That's all right."
No, I would
That's how
agree.
I got my Bobby Orr
Did
jersey.
you forget you're off camera and nobody can see you but just a voice?
No, it's fine.
Do you come here, State Puff? Come here. I'll switch you. Hey, State, come here.
So yeah, like I got the jersey cheap as hell from a Canadian site.
You're gonna have to restart the story because you talked all off camera. Nobody
So
saw your pretty face.
I'm a
Now
huge.
you're doing the same thing. Get in the middle.
So I'm a huge hockey fan. I love hockey. That's my passion in life. It's phenomenal. It's like a hard on. I don't care. It's better than football. I have a Gretzky jersey and I have a Bobby Orr jersey. And I got the Bobby Orr jersey because I negotiated with somebody from Canada who had a whole bunch of them, and it was mint and autographed. And I got it actually proven that it is a real autograph.
Yeah.
And it was a dirt cheap thing. So if you ever want to, just do a lot of Canadian sites for your jerseys. You can find a good
I've actually
Bobby Orr
gone
jersey.
to a couple of Canadian sites and have looked and.
I will pass you some of my connects,
Okay.
and they'll treat you well.
All right.
I have a Oilers jersey too. The Pee-wee, it's like their Pee-wee hockey team. It's so great because I mean even the kids are like better than half of the guys we have in our league, and it's like God, man, these like little bastards running around freaking flying on the ice, man. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. But that was the only comment I wanted to make was just about hockey. I like football too, but I'm more hockey and jersey. You know, up is down, left is right.
All right. Well, after this episode of Spitting Chicklets in Nick's Closet,
Really?
that's going to do it for us today on the We Like Sports podcast. Thank you so much to Nick and Ruff for joining us for this segment.
Ladies, do you want to come in and say goodbye?
Say
to the
goodbye,
girls?
Peyton. Say goodbye, Brandon. Hopefully, we'll get to see you next week live from First Up.
People though right now. Is this okay?
It's okay. We're a Browns fan. Well, you're a Steelers fan, so you're not allowed welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be in Florida next week though, so I might be a Dolphins fan.
So
then.
who's leading us out? I say Jersey
Take
guy.
it,
like,
take it
takes
home,
out.
Nick.
Yeah,
Take
there
it
you
home,
go.
Nick.
What do you want me to say?
Just look in the camera
Say
and
goodbye
tell
to
them.
say goodbye to all the people.
All right, guys. This is Nick signing off.
What, we like sports.
From First Stop.
And what show are we on?
Do we like
We
sports?
like sports podcast.
All right. And who's everybody's name?
I'm Mike Ruff.
That's Mike Ruff. This is Austin right here.
I'm Brian with
Brian.
a Y.
Brian with a Y.
Brian with a
because
Y
he's
and-
annoying.
Because I'm a
And
god.
your name?
Brandon.
And Brandon.
And then Gabe.
And who are we sponsored by?
You get the name right on the first try because he still hasn't after months of this.
We are sponsored by.
Hold on, wait. I'll make it easy on you. Shut your face over there. The website is on the packet if you can just if you find it. Turn it the other way. I handed it to you the way that.
And that'll do it for the We Like Sports podcast. Brought to you by Delight Cafe CBD.
What's Wednesday though?
Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30. We Like Sports. Oh man, that's my double dose in this one. Have a good one. Go Brownies. Woo!